Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Broken Sword 2, and when last we left off, George has managed to get inside the Ketch Museum, and we need to either find that stone here, or a clue that will point us in the direction of where the stone is. And to help us out, we have Emily Ketch here, who's surely going to know a lot about Ketch and a lot about the stone. I highly doubt she knows a lot about the stone, but she might know quite a bit about Ketch.
The little girl had cute freckles, cute little nose, and the eyes of a KGB interrogator. Around her neck was a large cross on a chain. Fine, as long as she didn't try to convert me.
The very fact that the cross was mentioned implies that it's going to be important, but I bet we can't ask about it now.
Why don't you run along and play?
Aunt Mina told me, stay out of mischief.
Well, that doesn't mean you have to stay indoors, does it? On a beautiful day like today?
There's a storm coming.
Oh, nuts. You don't know that.
I do so. I can see the whole world from the window.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm busy. There were several things I wanted to say to that awful kid, but I held my tongue.
Another person that believes a storm's coming. That pretty much means there's a 120% chance that a storm's coming. Anything that Ooh, I didn't look at this before.
It was a neat oil lantern made of brass.
We can take it. Let's try and take it, shall we? I'm sure it's important for something.
Holding that lantern, I felt kinda biblical. Like Jesus or Florence Nightingale.
Now, where are we going to put this? We can put it there or here. We can put it anywhere, I imagine. Maybe we'll use it here. Or not. I think we can only use it somewhere where it's meant to go. There's a chart here. I'm sure this is important. After all, we can apparently take it. I'm surprised Emily is letting us take all of these things.
It was an actual pirate ship chart.
Well, let's have a look at it.
Okay, I've had my hands on an historical document. Now what?
I have no idea where we're going to put it. Maybe we can compare the chart to this? No, we can't. What else is there we can look at? We can have a look at this desk. We haven't had a look at this yet.
The top surface of the desk had a large recessed area set into it. I guessed it was intended to stop things rolling off in heavy seas. There was also an inkwell, and a few inches away, a small hole with a feather placed in it.
They all sound rather important. The recessed area, the inkwell, and the feather. We can take the feather.
It was one of those old pens made out of a feather.
And we're going to have that. I'm sure Emily won't mind.
That might come in useful in ticklish situations.
What you doing, Jaws?
I'm just borrowing this feather, that's all.
Why?
I might be able to make use of it.
You're gonna steal it? That's bad. I'm gonna tell on you.
No, don't do that.
Why not?
Well, because I'm not stealing, just borrowing.
Did you notice that her model literally turned around without a turning around animation, but sort of faded out and then faded back in? It's clear. Emily is a wizard with the power to teleport. Probably because they didn't animate her turning around. What else is there that we can look at? Let's have a look at this now. Perhaps there's something hidden within this that will prove essential to us solving the mystery that we're trying to solve. Okay, it's not likely, but you never know.
Maybe that wheel was from Ketch's ship. Suddenly, I was 12 years old again.
There's only one thing you can do then, George. Let's use the wheel.
Hard a port, bosun. Aye, aye, Captain Stobart. She cannot take it, Captain. My lad's dead. Abandon ship.
It's nice to see George having a little bit of fun, isn't it?
It was a ship's bell.
We can only ring the bell, I imagine. So let's ring the bell.
2 bells and all's well. Pirates were cool.
Let's have a look at this. This, I imagine, is going to be Ketch.
Captain Frederick Ketch, 1570. Around his neck was a cross. It was identical to the one the little girl was wearing.
Could it in fact be the same cross? Answers point to yes.
It was the portrait of Captain Ketch. The portrait might have made a nice souvenir, but it was too large to carry.
Plus, I don't think you get away with taking that. You barely got away with taking the feather. I think there's only one more thing we can look at, apart from looking at the chest again, and that is this barrel. Off you go, George.
It was an old wooden barrel. Maybe it was from Ketch's ship.
It's interesting that you can't look at the barrel from up there. It's almost like up there is an entirely separate map. Let's go and have a look inside. Maybe there's something awesome.
Yow! I should have known better than to put my hand in there. Grandma Stobart had a nasty experience in a water butt once.
Let's see if we can get that cross from Emily. I don't think we can, not without giving an item over. Is it a conversation topic? Also, I like the fact that now that she's facing over here, we have to stand over here to talk to her. Will you give me that cross?
That cross you're wearing, Emily?
It's my lucky Jesus cross.
It's just like the one Captain Ketch wore.
Uh-huh.
Can I borrow it?
Uh-uh.
Will you trade for it?
What would you trade for that cross, Emily?
A puppy.
Well, I don't happen to have a puppy in my pocket right now. Can you think of anything else you'd trade?
Don't know.
Right, we're going to have to go and find a puppy, aren't we? Okay, we're probably not going to have to go find a puppy. I haven't seen a puppy on any of the screens around here, and I don't think one's going to magically appear. I do have an idea about this, though. If we put this here, it won't roll off the table. Not that it will roll off the table, but it's like this was made for this. That, and it's the only thing that would likely fit in there. Let's go and, put it there.
Okay. I've had my hands on an historical document. Now what?
Let's put it here.
The chart fitted exactly into the recess on the top of the desk.
What you doing now, Jaws?
Knock it off, will ya? There's something you ought to know. I don't buy cute or lost puppy. I'm putting this old map on the desk.
What you doing that for, Jaws?
Because it was obviously intended to fit in this recessed area.
How'd you work that out?
It's obvious.
And so we can now look at this map.
The desk had obviously been cut to fit the chart. Or maybe vice versa.
Either way, it's a perfect fit. Can we look at it?
That looked like that's where it was supposed to be, so I left it there.
Okay. We can also move this. Can we move this onto here? Let's see if that works. Let's try putting it here. Okay, we can't put it there. Can we put it in the inkwell? That seems like a long shot, but let's try. Aha!
The lantern fitted so precisely in the inkwell, it could only be deliberate.
What you doing now?
Grown-up stuff.
I doubt that.
I've put the lantern in the inkwell. See? It fits.
Why?
Because it was cut to fit.
Why?
Because sneaky old Captain Ketch made it that way.
Why?
What is with all the questions?
'Cause I'm interested.
Why?
'Cause I have the insatiable curiosity of the young.
Why?
All right. Truce.
And a truce was declared. Also, for the third time, Emily has displayed her wizard-like powers to teleport. We are missing a third item, though, to go where the feather went. I wonder if we can do something with this feather.
It was the quill I'd found in the Ketch Museum.
We're just going to leave now and see if anybody would have any use for a feather. I can think of at least one person that might have a use for a feather. We'll be back, Emily. Don't move everything back to where it was. And I'm not thinking of the cat. I don't think the cat would do anything with the feather apart from shred it. Let's see if Rio would be interested in this feather. It perhaps could be used to fish up something else other than a small fish. Hello, Rio. How are you? Let's just say hello and see how he's doing. Hello. There are two things that we can talk about. We can talk about Emily and we can talk about the feather. Let's talk about Emily first.
What do you give to a small, irritating girl who asks about everything?
Try a conch. Delicate colors, interesting shape, and when you put it to your ear, you can hear the sea.
Yeah, why's that?
Usually because you're standing next to it.
Cool. Have you got one?
Yeah, but I promised it to my sister. She well vexed with me.
Can we have it anyway? I highly doubt we can unless we give you something.
Why is your sister mad with you?
Well, last night, when I got home with our supper, she went wild. Rio, she said, how come all you ever catch is puffer fish? A sicker puffer fish. What I want is tiger fish. So don't bother come back home till you catch one, boy. I don't see how I'm gonna catch no tiger fish. All I have is a fishing pole and a worm.
Maybe we have something that can help you?
What do you need to catch a tiger fish?
One of them real fancy flies like the rich fishermen use.
We don't have one of those.
Any use for a quill?
What's a quill?
It's what people used to write with in Captain Ketch's days.
No, man, I'd sooner be fishing.
So we can't offer the feather over. However, those lures tend to typically be loads of smaller feathers. Can we make one of those? Maybe we can. My idea about giving the feather over to the cat may not be such a bad one. Inadvertently, I may have stumbled across the solution. Let's see if that works. The worst thing that happens is that it doesn't work. Would you like a feather?
The cat made short work of the feather, tearing it into a blizzard of small pieces.
Yes, you would. Is there anything that we can pick up from that? It doesn't seem like it. But maybe Rio can go and get those shreds of feather. Maybe. Or maybe I have to actually go and pick them up. They're not very visible, though. Let's see, is there anywhere where I can pick them up? No. Not there. Maybe it's, you have to do it by talking to the cat.
I wasn't going to risk further laceration by the cat's claws.
Fair enough. We do need to find where we can pick up these feathers, though. They're not already in my inventory. Somewhere around here are the feathers. However, I can't pick them up. Ah, no wait, I saw it. There we are.
The quill had been mutilated by the cat, leaving shredded feather on the grass.
This should probably be a much bigger area for grabbing the remnants of the feathers. It would take quite a while if you didn't roughly know where to look to find them. Hopefully we're not going to get in trouble from Emily for destroying that feather.
The quill had been torn into small pieces.
But it may be useful as a lure to get a tiger fish. Apparently this is worthy of vaguely victorious music. Let's move on and see if that vaguely victorious music is justified. Over here we go, and it's time to offer up this item here that we now have. Will this work? We can ask about it, that's progress.
Hey, this is just what you need to make a fly.
Thanks. Let's hope them tiger fish hungry. A deal's a deal. Here's a conch.
Thank you. Let's have a look at that item that we've just got, shall we?
It was the conch shell that Rio had given me.
Hopefully we can trade this with Emily so that we can get that cross. Anything else to say?
There was nothing else I wanted to ask the boy.
Fair enough. Good luck with catching that fish. We're going to go and hand over this item to Emily in the hopes that we'll be able to get that cross, even if it's just temporarily. All we need to do is see what the deal is with that table. It's clearly leading to something. and hopefully the door will open, and then the door is locked. Fortunately, it's open. We're back! And now we have something that we can offer you. Hello! Please don't use your magical powers on us when we offer you this shell.
Here, I've got a conch. Would you like it?
Dunno. Aunt Frost told me never to take presents from strange men.
I'm not a strange man.
Then why are you called Jaws? Jaws? That's a stupid name.
I'm not called... Look, conch, pretty. Swap for the cross, yes or no? Right, this thing's going out the window.
Okay, we'll do swapsies.
Thank you. Let's have a look at the cross, shall we?
Ketch's crucifix was encrusted with precious gems.
Let's see if we can use this somewhere. There's only one more place on this that we haven't assigned an item.
It was the holder for the quill.
And that is the holder for the quill, and I'm starting to get an idea as to what exactly will happen when we do this. But let's do this.
Ketch's cross slipped snugly into the penholder. Before you ask, I've put your cross in this little hole in the desk.
Why?
Impulse mainly, with a dash of irrational intuition.
Silly. Only women have intuition.
The lantern cast a strong light over the desktop. The light cast a shadow of the cross. And the shadow fell precisely over a small, unnamed island shaped like a skull. That must be it. Ketch's Treasure Island.
Uh-oh. That's Zombie Island. It's a bad place.
No kidding? Well, bad place or not, that's my next port of call.
Can I come too?
The hell you can.
I never get to leave the house.
You'll leave the house at some point, just not to a place called Zombie Island. I don't think that's a good idea.
Ketch's cross was jammed into the penholder.
Well, hopefully this will make a new exhibit that people can look at. Also, we can have a look at the map again, I imagine.
The desk had obviously been...
We've already heard that one. But what if we look at it again?
That looked like that's where it was supposed to be, so I left it there.
Fair enough. See you later, Emily, and by later I probably mean never. Unless you start teleporting after us to join us on our adventure, which could possibly be the worst thing that you could ever do. Let's go and go to the only person that I know who could possibly take us over to Zombie Island, and that is Rio. I imagine Rio is not going to be especially keen to take us there, but he's the only person that we can ask, so let's go and ask him. The worst he can do is say no. Hello, Rio. I'm surprised that Emily hasn't already just materialized into existence here and started following us. Let's ask about that treasure.
Would you take me to, Zombie Island?
In this weather? You're mad, man.
The rain will keep the zombies indoors.
And now we're going to talk about zombies.
Just say I did meet a zombie. What would you do?
There ain't no zombies on Zombie Island. At least, not anymore. It's uninhabited.
Good. What do you mean, not anymore?
You still want to go?
I guess.
Well, I ain't had no luck with them tiger fish. And with the mood my sister is in, I'll be safer with the zombies.
So, this was Zombie Island. Somehow I'd been expecting something more sinister. on, Rio. Let's find that treasure.
No, thanks. I'm staying right here.
Oh, come on. You said yourself there's no zombies left.
Yeah, but that was while there was a big pile of seawater between me and this place. All me have now is this little bit between the boat and the shore, and I'm hanging on to it.
Were they singing sea shanties as they were approaching the island? That's a nice touch. Let's have a quick look around.
The outcrop was about the only feature on the cliff face.
Maybe we can climb it?
The warm Caribbean.
I don't think we're going to be going for a swim, though.
Rio's boat was strewn with fishing nets and tackle.
Okay,
It was Rio waiting patiently in his fishing boat.
we could have a conversation with Rio. What did he mean about the, fact that, this place was no longer inhabited, as if to say it was once inhabited? What did you mean by that? I'm a little concerned. Either way, let's talk about Emily.
That Emily sure asks a lot of questions.
Rest it, man. This whole Emily business just isn't funny.
Look, we're obviously at cross purposes here. I'm talking about Emily Ketch.
Yeah, and so am I. She was my friend. Her aunts hated it, but we did move together, you know. She used to be real keen at hide and seek. It could take hours to find her. One time, the last time, it took days. She must have shouted and screamed herself hoarse, but there was nobody to hear her.
Where'd she hidden herself?
Captain Ketch's old sea chest. The only way to open it was from the outside.
Suddenly, I didn't feel so good. We never exchanged another word about Emily Ketch.
And we can ask about the nets.
Could I borrow your net?
Yeah, man, no problem. You planning on catching some fish?
Nope. I'm after a big rock.
I think I know what he intends to do. We're going to have to use that net to climb this rocky outcrop. Let's have a look at the net first.
It was Rio's fishing net.
Let's use it. On this, the only thing that we can really use it on.
Well, here I go. Wish me luck, Rio.
Good luck, George. Watch out for the walking dead.
I stumbled down dark stairwells for what seemed like forever, until suddenly I found myself, wow, in an abandoned London Underground station. This place must have been closed down decades ago.
What an odd place to end up in. And when we come back, folks, we'll explore this abandoned underground station. Who knows what we might find here. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.